Hello there, welcome. So this is the part two of this series, craft humor fortress and the projects associated with it. So the other day on Reddit, I posted this image, and you guys thought like this is a tank at the top, and there is a high pressure pipe coming down below. There is a floodgate at the bottom for draining purposes. The tank has draining mechanism, and somehow you guys theorize that it is meant for providing water at wells or providing water at multiple floors, but in control to prevent flooding. I get that concept. It is a wonderful concept for having water at multiple levels. Unfortunately, it is meant to be a top down view, not a side view. It is my mistake, 100% my mistake, that it is meant to be a top down view, not like this. Like this. You look from above. That's the thing. What this image depicts is there is a tank and there are seven pressure plates at various places detecting pressure. When the pressure at the furthermost plate is more than 3 by 7, so that when pressure reaches over there as 3 by 7 or 4 by 7, it will give a signal to this number 7 gate. But before 7 are 6 more plates. I consider it that if at 7 the pressure is 3 by 7 or more, then obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will have more pressure than the plate number 7. I tested this out practically. So I'm saying it works like that. So because of this pressure plate sensing, all 7 floodgates will be getting open. Now if there is water in the amount of 4 by 7 in throughout my channel or more, when all these floodgates are open, I want my gate to be closed, my water supply tank to be closed. Water by now, because of this 7 floodgates being open, this pressure plate is getting activated. Because of this 7 being continuously active, because of there being water pressure more than 4 by 7, why am I confusing you? 7 pressure plates are active, opening 7 floodgates. 7 floodgates are open, so water is passing from here to here because of water flowing over this gate. This gate closes this bridge, and when this bridge is closed because of water continuously flowing, because these 7 plates are active because they were meant for more than 3 by 7, so there is already water, so they are always under pressure, always keeping the gates open. Theoretically, it doesn't work out that practically. So that gate is closed now. Because of that gate being closed, the water over here is closed, so no inflow, no outflow. That is what this diagram was about. Having a stable and controlled amount of water in a channel that goes throughout your fortress, like deep space or blind IRL or RNG strategist or whoever else stream. I also learned that concept from them only. So that's what this whole thing was about. As I've said, IB1 is IB1 is the bridge that connects the water tank to the channel. The pressure plates are named as 1R to 7R. Number 1 to number 7 are the are the floodgates. This square which is hollowed are fortification carved at the map edge so that water can drain out only in stone. This triangle is depicted as the AND gate. This point is the main point which controls all the 7 floodgates. As you can see, there is water depicted upon small slabs. So if all the outputs are 1, that means all the output are on. All the inputs are on, then my output is 1. That's what it is trying to explain over here. Nothing complicated. And because of its activation, the water flow inside, it's getting cut off. You guys like the Reddit post so much, so I decided to explain that. Now for the second diagram, the diagram explains as there is a main water holding tank and a drain, and there is a very high pressure pipe going down. That high pressure pipe is connected at various floors, such as this floor. Now what is happening here is there is a floodgate that allows the flow to go inside the tank, but if the floodgate is open, what will happen is it will become a U pipe. So water will come inside and then it will go boom upside, flooding the fortress because it is under pressure. There is water above. So we want it to be like when the floodgate is open, the point of connection of the well above is to be closed. So we make it like interlock. The word interlock comes into play over here. When floodgate is open, well is closed. When well is open, floodgate is closed. Interlock. Understand? Interlock. When you're opening up a car engine, no matter how many tries he does on the spark plug, the engine won't start. Suppose when your boiler is overheated, no water circulation pump to circulate water inside. Or when you're petting your cat, the cat should not be eating. Or if your cat is eating, don't touch the cat. It will bite you. That's the interlock, eh? Right? You get it. So now you can see here there is a floodgate and a retractable bridge over here. So the interlock over here is when there is pressure plates 1, 2, 3, 4 which are connected to this which are connected to this four floodgates. So when the water over here is 3/4, 3/7 or more, then this will get activated. That would be the AND gate. When all four are less than 3/7, when all the four pressure plates are less than 3/7, I want water to come in. So these four are getting activated. Upon activation, this thing gets signal, this pressure plate, and it opens the floodgate. But while opening the floodgate, it also activates my retractable bridge. So when the floodgate is opening and the retractable bridge is closing, water comes in and it fills it up. But now what has happened is the water level above the pressure plates is more. When it is more, the gates are getting closed. But now again the problem persists that the gates are randomly closed. So suppose number 1 is closed first, number 1 is getting closed first, then these three gates, if there is water still less over there in the tank, then apparently it switch ons or switch off or it gets locked somehow. That's the glitch I have seen in this scenario. And then again, obviously because of water flow reducing over here, the floodgate will get closed because it is a AND gate. All outputs need to be 1. So if the number 1 pressure plate has satisfactory water, the rest 3 are cut off. The floodgate is getting closed. But regardless, we are using it for a well, so I don't see what's wrong with it. And it is depicted as a closed system. The diagram is on Reddit. Now I've explained it. I think it is pretty much self-explanatory that this is the floodgate, this is the well channel, and there is the interlock. How you make the interlock, it is up to you. You can manually make a lever and then you can retract the bridge and then you can link the AND gate pressure plate with the floodgate and the retractable bridge. So your retractable bridge is normally open, and when the plate activates and the water is coming inside the tank, the bridge closes. You can do it that way, I think so. That would be the logic behind it. So now this is explained in general. There is no compulsion, and I don't see any fucking practical reason why one would like to have water available at multiple floors via a well, or I don't see a reason practical enough why one would like 3 out of 7 water in a stream throughout the fortress when there can be 7 out of 7 and the dwarf don't normally drown in it. This is just like a project made out of curiosity. Nobody has any form of compulsion or any fucking reason to actually implement it and to succeed inside in these engineering side mega projects. It is not a mega project, but it is fucking tedious to execute. I tell you that much. So these fucking retards walking all around all fucking day doing all kinds of random shit. I hate this shit. As I said, I implemented it, and as you can see, this is AND gate number one, and this is AND gate number two. When these three pressure plates, I'll show you. Number one, number two, and number three. When the water above these pressure plates is 4 by 7 or more, these three gates open and this pressure plate gets water. When it gets water, the water inlet supply from this, or I think it is this bridge rises and the supply is cut off. The problem is, I thought because of the weight of water continuously acting on the plate, the bridge would remain closed, but apparently what glitch is happening is some pressure plates stay up this some floodgates stay open and some stay closed. Second problem is I tried to use a divider to even out the flow, which is like this. So how it should have worked is I expected this one, 2, 3, 4 pressure plates. I expected those four pressure plates, like first let the water in the section 1 stabilize. Okay, I thought like let's see this diagram, this figure. I thought water in the lower half would be 3 by 7. Okay, so in one section the water is 3 by 7. So now, okay, the water over here is stabilized and it is stable. So let's open the floodgate so the next section can get stabilized slowly, step by step. Like how I showed the first diagram, so 7 pressure plates. So you can divide it into 7 sections. But no, it doesn't fucking work that way, does it? What happened is the water in this section, this entire section and this section will be 7 out of 7 and it will just keep on heavy flooding. I thought it would go immediately and smoothen out, but it doesn't work that way. It is one directional based. It will only fill up heavily in one section. And then the first two gates will be open only, and these two they will stay forever fucking closed until the heavy water comes over here. And when the heavy water does come and it does flood the entire thing, the resultant is some floodgates stay open, some floodgates stay closed. There is water above it. There is water above it. Still, the floodgates stay open and the floodgates stay closed. And then the pressure plate is activating after a long delay and not proper adjustment. So this system is basically a failure. Both the diagrams, I will say, are a failure. There needs to be a procedure or a better implemented design to actually implement pressure plates and a better execution for this. This section wise divider diagram, those fancy drawings, those fancy designs, those upvotes, and the wise fucking discussions and comments, they are useless because this doesn't work out, does it? It does not work out at all. Of course, I cleaned this up. I removed this siltstone paved road and these blocks, and I removed the floodgates and I experimented with it for a while. It took me 5 or 7 tries to get this thing to work, clearing stuff, adjusting stuff. By the way, it looks magnificent, I will tell you that. And I can immediately fill it with 7 out of 7 water. And the last try, in the last try, when I tried the last try, like the try before you go to bed, like, okay, I will play one more match of Dota, I will play one more match of Valorant, I will win, and then I will go to bed. That try. Or I will try to, like, impress my girlfriend one last time before I go to bed and please myself to bed. That type of feel. Yeah, like that. I implemented one more last try. What happened is water came, the divider got satisfied eventually after some time. One section first, second section second. Then the water went ahead, and eventually on all the last and gate pressure plates, the water level increased above. It increased about 3 by 7. So it was level 4 water on all four, and the AND gate got activated. So the water in the lower section is 7 out of 7, and the water over here is 3 out of 7 or 4 out of 7. And the gate got closed, inlet water is getting closed, and then it evened out. I thought it would be 7 out of 7, but no. The resultant was 5 or 6 levels of water throughout, even. But again, the calculations persist. No, what's the fucking use if it is going to cause lag? So that is all. That is all really. Nothing more. Just two explanations today. But we can do one more thing. I have one more design. But should I show it now or should I not? I mean, it's really fucking important to see this. We have one tank over here, one line over here, one tank over here, and my channel over here. And then we want this like this like this, and we want this like this. It's time to implement the high density brush. We have water over here, water over here. This is 7 out of 7. This is 7 out of 7. Who the fuck is walking around like a fucking autistic retard? And I want this to be 3 out of 7. So the concept is controlling water like this. From here, this tank is again automated, and then this tank is again having high water level alarm, low water level alarm, and then when water is getting finished in this tank, it gets autofilled and it pumps in a set quantity of water. Numerical calculations basically, like in the magma piston. That's the whole concept. I had a friend of mine on Reddit who actually taught me all this. So that will be the next video, I guess, because these two images, so these two experiments failed. So I will implement this design next. So I will make a video on that next time. For now, this is all that I have to share. You have a nice day. Sorry for disappointing you. And thank you for the 50 followers. It means a lot.